Hey, Bible lovers, Tim Nichols here, and today is the final installment, the third part of my three-part interview with Philip Nation from Thomas Nelson. And today we answer the question of what is our top five Thomas Nelson Bibles. So check it out. I'm going to put you on the spot. These are all your babies.
Yes, they are.
I know that they're all your favorites.
I love them all.
So I'll start to kind of break the ice as far as my top five.
Oh, okay.
Bibles. Okay, so number one, drum roll, is the wide margin, the double column wide margin. This thing, oh my goodness.
Large print. Yeah.
I'll never forget when this came out. And I also remember people were so upset about the inner margin space. And see, I'm one of those weirdos that I use note-taker Bibles to write in. I don't write in wide margins. The reason I love wide margins is because something about white space just makes the text feel more manageable to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it doesn't feel so crowded.
Yeah.
So I don't write in the margins. So the inner margin, it bothered me zero. But the thing that really set me ablaze about this wide margin, large print was number one, the notes being on the bottom and out of the way, and the red letters. You all always do really good on red letters, but these red letters are just next level. They're
yeah.
beautiful.
And again, I have to give kudos to our art director and to our production partners that are inside the company. They know how to deliver really well. They know how to work with our print shops overseas and domestically to dial all of that stuff right in.
Yeah. The second one, you might want to shield your eyes on this one because it doesn't have the cover it came on.
Oh my goodness. What have you done?
McLaren.
The McLaren.
Oh man, the McLaren. And see, I didn't know that you all had the Preaching Bible series until the McLaren came out.
Right.
I'm fairly new to being a reviewer. I've been at this like a little over a year on my own. I worked with a partner before that, and he was the one that did all the ordering. He knew all the stuff. So I'm still kind of learning. Yeah. And when I saw this layout, I was like, I'm changing translations. I've been ESV for about 15 years.
Okay.
I had a little NASB blip for 1 year, and then COVID broke out, and I thought, okay, no more NASB. I caused the world to almost come crashing down. But I've been looking for. I've always really enjoyed the New King James, but I've never quite really gravitated to the layout in a preaching standpoint.
Yeah.
And this just, man, it was. I loved it so much. I sent it to Logos. I sent it to Daniel Threlkill and said, put a cover on this because this was initially a leather soft.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to use this thing, but this is definitely number two. I absolutely love the McLaren. I love the blue accents. And the only thing, and I know that this was an addition is I could do without the maps. That is the only thing. But I know this was added because the former Preaching Bible didn't have the maps. But I didn't have an NKJV, so I'm just living with the maps. But other than that, this thing is epic.
Well, and for the most part, people love having maps in the back of their Bible. Whether or not they refer to them, they like to know that they're there as an option.
Right. And for me, I'm very indifferent about maps. I find them kind of the cardstock. It kind of has the Bible to lay weird once you get to Revelation sometimes. So, but it's not a big deal. Okay, and then one more rebind, and then we'll get back to
okay.
Because the large print Thinline. I'll tell you the reason I love the McLaren and I love this one is because they're black letter. I'm actually a black letter preparationalist. If that's a thing, I don't mind red letters. I definitely don't have theological reasons to dislike them, but most people just do them really badly.
And when they come out pink, it's just no good
or wildly inconsistent.
Right.
Even like your Cambridge, who has these beautiful dark red letters, you'll see inconsistencies, but that is the reason I loved. This is why this was my number one, just because those red letters were so stunning. And I was like, okay, I can buy into the red letter madness if they look like this. Okay. But this one is my reader. I use this every single day. I use this one twice a week. This one sits on the desk until I'm ready. This is my every single day. This thing goes everywhere with me. It is in my messenger bag. I'm actually currently reading the NET because of you. This is all your fault because you promoted it and loved it so much, and I'm actually enjoying it. So
guilty as charged.
I'm not having to lead or read into the notes as much as I thought I would because people are like, you're going to have the notes. I've learned that that's not necessarily true. Yeah. See, the large print Thinline, absolutely love the layout. I love everything about it. And then these two crept into my top 5 totally unexpectedly.
Really?
Yes. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. And I'm telling you.
Well, tell everybody what they are.
Well, these are what I call the baby McLarens. That's going to be their nickname. But they're actually the compact McLarens. And the only thing I wish that the New King James would have been a verse-by-verse layout. I would have liked to have seen that, but I also understand that the New King James has a little bit more notes.
Yeah. And you also know if we had made it verse by verse, it would have made it substantially a larger page count. And so trying to do that trade-off of, okay, we want to keep it compact and a certain thickness. And so if we go to verse by verse, it suddenly gets to be kind of a chunky monkey.
Right. But 4 and 5, I fell in love with these things. And what really did it for me is when I opened the box, I was like, oh wow, they went for it.
Yeah.
On these things, because when I heard compact McLaren, I was thinking, okay, I'm not a fan of small Bibles for several reasons. Number one, they're almost impossibly difficult to read, and they generally are cheaply made. They don't look nice a lot of times. And I opened this thing, see the raised hubs on the spine. I saw the gold foil accents, and I looked at the cover and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give them credit.
Yeah.
They went for it. Perimeter stitching. And then I open it and I see the edge lining, and I'm like, wait a minute. Do they really just do this on a compact Bible?
Yeah.
And I saw the perimeter gold and pretty nice corners. And I was like, all right, okay. They did a good job on the outside.
Yeah.
Then I opened it and I was like, wait a minute. This is a 7-point font. I can read this.
Right.
And then I'm questioning my existence. It's like, because I had made up my mind when I was told that I was going to receive these to review. I had made up my mind. I'm not going to like them. Yeah. That was just where I was at. And I don't know if them moving in to the top 5 was because I was so stunned that I fell in love with them, or that they're just that great. But I'm telling you, if anybody is watching this and you're on the fence as to whether or not, I'm 48 years old, I need a little bit of vision correction for up close. I need a lot of vision correction for far away. And I'm not wearing any glasses right now. I'm looking down at this. I can read this so plainly. I took it in the sanctuary during prayer time where it's a little bit dark, because I was like, I'm testing this thing because I'm in love at this point.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to like this in every situation, in every scenario. So I take it in a low lighting situation and I can read it, and I'm like, this thing's epic.
Yeah.
I love it.
We love it. We're really proud of how it came together. It was a tough project to make happen, but like I said, we've got great folks in our composition and typesetting group that they knew how to pull it off. Okay, your turn. All right. So my top 5, my number 1 Thomas Nelson Bible, really of all time, it's the Open Bible. And some of it, there's a little bit of nostalgia, but it backs itself up. One of the very first study Bibles I ever got as a teenager was an open Bible back in the 80s. I felt called to preach when I was 15 years old. And the first 2 study Bibles I got were a Thompson Chain Reference Bible and an open Bible. And I've had the same open Bible all of these years and have just relied on it. I just think it's just such a great resource of cross-referencing and indices and charts and just the material inside of it. So I have just such a love and affinity for the open Bible. I think it works for you whether you are brand new to Bible study and you're looking for something that helps you to connect the dots across the Old Testament and the New Testament, or whether you've been a believer and have been studying the Bible for decades. It's still just a treasure trove. Yeah. My second is the Net Full Notes edition. And some of that is the professor in me of being able to dig in and see the reasoning behind why a translation committee did what they did, and not just get a theological note, but get a note from people who are world-class Bible scholars. It's just like I think about Isaiah, the wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace passage. And it's not wonderful counselor, it's wonderful advisor.
Oh, spoiler alert! I haven't gotten there yet.
and to read the note on that one is just fantastic. Yeah. So I love the full notes edition. My number 3 would be the center column reference Bible that we have, and I've got a black genuine leather that has got gold gilding and red ribbons, and it sits on my desk where I do all of my sermon preparation and all of my personal study. And it's just a go-to reference Bible for me that is just like gets used all the time. And I just absolutely love that center column system.
Are we talking classic reference?
Yeah, the classic reference.
That one, the baby Maclaren's knocked that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then the compact Maclaren has come up on my list as well. It's a Bible that I carry around with me all the time. And I have found that I can teach from it. I can preach from it. I mean, everybody can see I wear glasses, and I absolutely love it. I didn't design it for me, but I designed it with me in mind. Of like people like me who want a Bible that's gonna stand the wear and tear of going in and out of a backpack, that's going to go on and off of planes, it's going to travel around with me. I just love having it all the time because it's just super helpful. And then my 5th one is out of the Premier collection, the single column reference Bible in the brown goatskin. I just think that it's one of the best covers that we have. I think single column, there's something just very beautiful about the layout of that Bible. All of the red accents are dialed in, super great on that one. Obviously, I love the Maclaren series because I've adapted it from the Preaching Bible, and we're going to have multiple other editions in the Maclaren series that are going to come out because I love that blue tealish accent color. But that NKJV single column Premier Collection Bible, I think, is one of the most beautiful ones we've ever produced.
Yeah, I have never seen that one.
Yeah.
But I've heard great things about it, and I know some of the other single columns from your sister company and Zondervan are very, very well laid out, very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Our partners over in our friends over in Zondervan, Melinda Bauma is the publisher there, and she and I talk on just about a weekly basis, if not more than once a week, oftentimes more than once a week. We have a great partnership and collaboration. It's fun to work alongside of each other in this thing that's very personal and very missional to us.
And it really opens up a wide range of translations as well.
Oh, absolutely.
How many translations is Thomas Nelson responsible for?
So we publish KJV, NKJV, NET, ICB, which is the International Children's Bible, are the main translations that are inside of what we do. But then we have the opportunity to go out to other companies and other publishers that own other translations and license them. And so we've got some of our editions are in the NIV and the NASB and the ESV. I don't think right now we have anything we don't have anything in any of the others because as you well know, there's a plethora of translations. We have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to English translations.
Yes, it's almost bordering on. I'm to the point to where right now I will not review new translations. It's for several reasons. It's not like this. We have too many. I refuse to review a translation I've never read.
Well, and that's smart.
All right. So what are your top 5 Bibles from Thomas Nelson? Maybe we listed them, or maybe there's a few others that you like even more than the ones that we listed. Anyhow, there you have it. Keep calm. Jesus on.